Folks, don't ask me what time it is. I don't know. I don't care. All I care about my Father's time. My Father really is God. I'm really the unknown prophet of God, if you like it or not. I want to talk about China, folks, where this disease is. Also now there are lots of mosquitoes, a mosquito plague, and a bird plague. You know, it's not only a bird disease, but now it's also a bird plague and a mosquito plague. So many mosquitoes are there and many birds are there. And like I told you folks, China will get lots of things. And did I not warn? You think I make a joke, you know. But yeah, here are the results and you can find it yourself. Look all over the internet and see if I'm right. You understand? And I just say the things I see and say the things I feel, and well, my feelings are always okay, folks. In the time when God did come, I did not have any problems with my feelings. My feelings always right. And this is what's going on. And these are plagues, you know. And there is more to come, folks. They better also watch out for the weather. And now it's the mosquitoes and a flock of birds, many birds also on that place. So, yeah, and it will go on, folks. It will go on. And you know, mosquitoes also can bring diseases, and birds also, you know it. So, is it possible that they also do have that viruses, you know? And I think so, folks. Yeah, I think so. It's very possible. It will become a very diseased land, sick land, a very sick land, China. And this is what's going on. It's precisely what I told you. And much more of that kind of business is to come. Because I saw the people are yellow, and they are yellow because they are poisoned. Sick. And folks, this go all over the world and for such a long time that you call the Chinese people yellow, and so when you are yellow you are sick. You understand? That's the color of sickness. It's yellow. That's the color of sickness. Get it? So that's why the pale horse, the yellow pale horse, is riding right now. You understand? And this is the truth, folks. This is the truth. It do not ride any in a lot more countries, but that will come. That will come. So don't worry, you will not be forgotten. I'm sorry that I need to speak like this, folks, but you bring this on your own. You bring this on your own. And I see you people walking in videos and all that kind of things. And I think, man, you need diseases, because you never will listen. And I'm sorry that I speak that way, folks. Because, yeah, I see those things. and I don't want to give you this, but you will give it finally to yourself. That's the way you walk. You walk in dangerous ways, and you can become sick easy. It's up to you what kind of way you walk, folks. For you all will become sick before you will start to die. It's very painful. Yeah? You will not die directly, you will understand that you first will become sick, and then you will understand that you're gonna die. That is painful, folks. Coughing up blood and all that kind of things, coming out of your ears and your eyes, wherever it can come out, your mouth. Your nose, your ears, your eyes. Peeing blood, shitting blood. But hey, folks, I did one. I really did do my best. Everybody to warn in this world. But if you do not want to listen, and I think that is the case, you will not listen, then you will feel like I told you. And so will it end, folks. So will it end. But like I told you, the Chinese people get a lot over them, over that country where this is happening, folks. And now there is a plague of birds and a plague of mosquitoes. And the birds can make you sick. And the mosquitoes also can make you sick. So all the sickness will come to that place. A lot of sickness, sick things. You understand? Now they also do have 2 plagues. Like I told you, folks, first it will become more worse before it will come better. And China, this is going on in China right now. The worst things are still need to come. And this for many beautiful, nice people in China. It's unbelievable that these people did get this, folks. It's crazy. I go along better with Chinese people than my own kind. You understand? They are more nice and they are more friendly, more open. And this I also do have with brown people. You call them black and I call them brown because I'm not colorblind. I can go better with brown people than my own people, my own colored people. You understand? Because they do have different things. I just like it more. When you go to my friend or friends of mine who do have that color of skin, a little bit more brown, then yeah, you come inside for the first time and you can go on table directly. You can eat with them and they will get you into the family, like you are a child of the family, you know. And this is what I saw when the first time I met a friend of mine, you know, and I saw this thing and I did never forget. And I thought, well, they are very open and friendly and I did feel myself like I did come home, you know. The mom say, are you hungry? And she did tell me, you're gonna eat with us because I will make extra food for you. I'm happy that you are there. And I told her, can I do something for you? Like the dishes or something, can I help in the kitchen? And she told me, yeah, if you like, you can help. So I also become friendly and started to help where I can help, It it fit. It fit by what I am. And this was the first time I did come uh, to that kind of people, Brown people, you call them black. And I think you are colorblind because they are beautiful brown and they do have a mentality very different than white people do have. You understand? And they are more open and more free, And before you know it, you are on the table there, eating with them, laughing with them, and the nicest food you ever did taste. It's or the Chinese people, or the brown people, folks. Brown people can cook very good. And, well, they live for their food. You understand? And that's also with the Chinese people. They do have very nice food. But watch out that you do not have cat and dog in and all that kind of things. Also very nice people, very open, very, very free, very nice. Like the brown people, And if you come in like I did, and you will tell them, yeah, can I help you in the kitchen or all that kind of things, it will create something with the family and you know. They will become more open because they see also, hey, we give him food and he do something back in return. And it's got everything to do with love. Huh? And I do love the way if I go with people like that, I will do it of that way. Because I see no other way to be more friendly than this, than I can help in the kitchen to clean or whatever, Or something is broken and I start to repair it, or, always people will make something what is destroyed and I can try to make it. Not careful enough and you let fall something and I try to heal it, to make it. And I always go like that. And this is what I did do for the first time when I did go for the first time with brown people. A brown family, I did come in and I did come in like I was the son. Yeah? I come in and welcome and I'd say, hey, hi moms, can I help you in the kitchen? And she told me, yes, if you like, you can help. It's nice. You know, and then the son of the mom come and he say, yeah, it's my new friend. What do you think of him? And then the woman say, oh man, he's kissable. He's nice. He's helping already in the kitchen. You know? And this is how it will go, folks. But yeah, you need to do it yourself. And that's with everything. If you make the wrong decision, then you will go wrong. It must feel good in everything what you ever do. And this is just a wise lesson I can learn you folks. If you come by someone for the first time, and it's not your color or whatever, you know, try to make the color like it's gonna fit. If you understand what I mean. I did try to make the color fit on my color, you know. And I did say to the mom when I was busy, I told her, you know that I'm jealous. And she told me, why are you jealous? I told her, you can see it like a joke, but yeah, I need to go into the sun a long time to get the color you do have. So I'm jealous of your color. And she did look at me and she did laugh. And she told me, yes, many people want the colors we do have and need to go for a long time to get that color. You know? But I did not go more far with the joke, you know. She did laugh and did understand what I did mean. So, also the first time when I did walk with my friend, you know, my brown, nice friend, people did look at him like he did steal something. And I did become very mad. And I started almost to fight, you know. Some kind of boss there, I did get him on his knees for my friend. And my friend did say, no man, leave it man, leave it. The police will come and we will get problems. And I told him, hey man, you are my friend. And the color you do have, you better be proud you do have that color. And he better be proud that I walk with you. You understand? So I told this man, hey, if you do this one more time again, man, I'm gonna kill you in your own shop. And the man was almost like crying and he did say, no, I will not do it anymore and all that kind of thing. And I did yell before I did go away out of that store. What's out there? You know, I did become very mad and crazy, folks. When this did happen for the first time. It was also the last time, because they know me very well. I did come in that shop all the time, you know. But now I did become different to protect my friend. And my friend was not like that. He did not like fighting. Me also, I don't like fighting. But I also do not like when honest things start to happen. I will become very scary, very mad. People don't know me in this thing, because it never has to happen. But when it happens, I will become very scary mad, folks. So yeah, these are stories, folks. And it's really, like I tell you what is happening in China right now. Did I lie? No, folks, you can follow it. You can follow it. First I talk about it and then it comes. And precisely like I did say. Do I, how you call this? You know, that I know it. That I know it already. Yeah, I know it already. But I will not, how you call this? Yeah, people give it a name, you know, God give this to you and then you are something. Oh yeah, it's not a prophecy or something, you know. It's just what I know. It's just the thing I know. I know it will start to happen. And that's it, folks. I do not make prophecies or something, you know, or promises or however you call this thing. I don't go for that. Or that I will get everything right because I did prophesy this kind of things. No, folks. God come to me, He give it to me, and I give it to you, and that's it. I think this is not a prophecy. It's the truth. I just tell you the truth. I don't see it like a prophecy. I get this from God, and God never lies. And well, the only thing I give is the truth. You understand? I do not make prophecies about it. And that you will come to me and that people will say, yeah, man, you need to go to that prophet because he is, you know, I'm not looking for that. I'm just telling the truth. And that's it. And if you don't like it, yeah, okay, not a problem. You will get the problems, not me. I'm just telling, folks. I'm just your storyteller. And, well, take it or leave it. That is for you. For me, I do nothing. For you, I only one. But for God, I do everything. But for me, I do nothing. I do nothing for myself. I give it to you in warnings, and I do it, of course, for one person, and that's my Father God. And that's the whole story. That's what I'm doing. And as honest as possible. So when I start to say about storms will come and all that kind of thing, it will come. You know, I told you many things will go to China, to that place. And it starts, folks. So now the mosquitoes and the birds are there. And the next time it will be the wasp and the bee will there. In many. You know. Or the grasshoppers. The locusts. You know, folks. And this is what's going, and I call this, also, this got a lot to do with the weather. You never did know. But also I call this storm. You understand? A storm of birds, a storm of whatever. Many storms to come to China, like I told you. But also the weather will interfere. Because it was never enough, folks. Like I told you, I saw this thing and I told you, it is never enough. And do I lie? Well, now you can see it yourself. Do I lie? And I'm just a child of God, folks. God did touch me because He thought it's good. That's it. And my mouth start to speak in the way God likes. And that's what I'm doing. I'm warning for the disasters to come, and many to come, folks, in any country. In a short time, you will not walk normal on the street anymore, because it will become too dangerous. And this will happen all over the world. You know, I saw this thing already happen. So, yeah, for me, it's nothing new. When really a new thing comes, then I did not speak about it yet. But everything I did speak about did already happen. Only the very heavy things, that God will come and all that kind of things, you know, the heavy things, it did not happen yet. You must wait. You must be patient. But I hope you will not make it here in this world in that time, because you will not lie. And I saw this. But many people will think, oh man, this unknown prophet, he knows nothing. He is not with God, man. Look his picture, he look like a devil, this guy. He lied. Yeah. But the real liars you don't want to see. You don't want to hear nothing about them. And you will go for the liars. But hey, that's the decision of you people. So the day you die, you come to me. Yeah, man, I did die. Then I will say, yeah, it's your problem. Go away from me. What do you think? That I will do a good word to God for you? No, man, you did not listen in this world. So you will wait in your waiting room till God will make a decision where you will go. And I can do nothing for you. You can come to me. Even if you are my very best friend, and I know you as only one, I will tell you precisely the same thing. You never can be a more bigger friend than God Himself. So you always will lose my friendship, because God is first, and He's also last. He's the last, and He's the first. And you know what, folks? He don't want to be first. I told you, when you're standing in a row, and there are two rows, you know, with bad people and good people, and people who are waiting for God, and I'm standing in front, then I will say, hey folks, you can go for me. And then you people will ask, why you want to be last? Because that's the most honorable place I ever can get. That is the last place. So that I can push you into the good direction of God. Because I know I do walk with God. You do not know. You know, it's the first time you're standing in that row. So I will push you. So that I'm sure that I push you into the good direction. You understand? Because I did get God already. But you still need to get Him. That's why you will me see stand as the last man in that row. To push you in the good direction. So when you all start to ask this thing, I can make your mouth shut directly. Because I'm going to tell the same thing what I'm telling you right now. And you will say nothing back. You will say, oh, nice. And you will become very quiet. But will think, oh man, that is nice. He pushes us because he is already there in what we do not know yet. He knows a lot, so he is the pusher of God. He pushed the road to God. And that's what I try to do. I try to push you into the direction of God. But, hey, folks, if you do not want to listen, then I cannot push you. So, it means, then you never will come in the way I push you, because you don't let me. But also in a store, folks, if I'm standing in a store or in a shop, you know, and I see someone, and I only do have little things, you know, and the other one also do have little things, then I will say, yeah, you can go in front of me. Or when I'm standing in front and I do have a lot, then I let people who do not have much, and maybe these are 4, 5, 6 people, I let them in front, you know. Yeah, I let them in front. And then they will thank me. And everything, thank you is, in my eyes, love. You understand? They love it that I let them in front. You know? And I will wait my time because, yeah, one time it's my turn. You get it, folks? And when I'm standing in store, I don't feel good. You know, I almost feel sick because I do not like people. But still I let them go for me while I'm sick. You know? So I don't feel good and sweaty and all that kind of things. But I let them in front because, and they thank me, they give me thanks, and it feels like love. And that's precisely what I need. I need love. You never can pay me with any money in the world. Only with love, folks. And that's also what I told my Father God. I told my Father God, the only thing I want is love. And boy, I did get love. Well, love you will never understand. And also never will get. The touch of God is pure love. And, well, folks, you need to be very strong to take this. It's not easy. It's not easy. The love of God is some kind of power you cannot see, only can feel. And that go into you. And that's like an atomic bomb will explode in your mind and in your body. And that's hard. But it is love. But hard love. Many people who get the real love of God will die directly, folks. Yeah, they will get or a heart attack or, or will become crazy in their minds or, yeah, they will not make it. Brilliant. God can make you easy crazy. But folks, nothing about this because you know already that story. But you did not know that I always will speak the truth. And like I told you about China, it's going on, right? Who is lying here? My folks, and I'm not by PayPal or Patreon or another channel I get lots of money. This channel is free, folks. Free. Especially for the people who want to listen to me. Completely free. I do not sell clothes or books or mugs. You can drink out. Or you can drink from. It's free. I'm asking nothing. Yeah, to be with God. I will try to push you in the right way. But hey, you do the walking. And I just do the talking. And you need to understand very well. The possibilities you still do have. Or the possibilities you still do have. Or you will blow it into the wind. That's really up to you. And, well, God did give you that choice. And God is only hoping that you will choose wisely. And I'm just a little bit helping if you will choose wisely or not. You understand? But when you are standing in my row, then I only can push you. If you are standing in another row, I cannot push you because I'm not standing in that row. You need to stand in the row I stand. And I will start to stand behind you. And you will ask me why you stand behind me, why you let me in front. Then I will say, yeah, I walk already with God. I know God very well, but you don't. So I will push you. That's why I will stand as the last man in this world. And will push the many people who I need to push when it is time. And they all will ask me why I do this. And I will say, I'm your unknown prophet. And I'm a child of God. And I know God very well. And you still need to know. That's why I'm standing as the last man. But in this world, folks, the first will be the last, and never the best, because you was already the best. If you become the last, you are the worst person. And this is how it goes in this world. Many people I saw are on the first place and will become the last place. When that day happens for that people, they will kill themselves. Because they are not first anymore. They will become sick and crying and, definitely in the sport you will see this. Or big people who do have big money and start to lose everything. You can see them throwing themselves out of buildings, killing themselves. Because they are not the boss and the first anymore. They start to kill themselves. You know how many of these bosses already did die? You cannot know and you cannot count. Because maybe you do not know the stories I'm telling you right now. But many people who did become poor in that way, the only thing they still did have left is throwing themselves away. Kill themselves. And this did happen many, many, many times. Folks. I cannot count the people who did do this. It's an easy kill. And also the devil know about this. So he used this very well. He will give you everything, folks. But he also can take it away from you. And then you will become the last man. And then you will start to understand what I did talk about. Because you will become the last dead man. So folks, did I lie in what I told you? That there will come more of these things to China, and like I told you, right? It fit, eh? It fit in the story I'm telling you, right? And people are listening to me and will think, yeah man, he's right. And definitely for the people who always will listen. And there are some people who say nothing because I don't want, but always listen. They are there. There are people who listen and will think, man, this unknown prophet, he really is a child of God. And he was never wrong. When he did come, till now, everything fit precisely. And it does, folks. I don't know any better, or this is what I do. I try to make it fit. Whatever I did say, you will see it with your own eyes. And many things did not happen yet. But we are a little bit more than the middle of the book. You know, it goes slowly, but so there's a long story still to come. We still do have, I think, almost 7 years. You will think, and then it's finished. I'm telling you folks, and then it's finished. You still do have 7 years. And then really it's finished. And how long I do have? Yeah, I don't know folks, maybe to the end. But that really is, I let the decision to God, you know. I don't know how long I will be here. I just don't know. Maybe tomorrow I go, or maybe in a year, or maybe in 4 years, or I just don't know. I leave this to God. God knows the best way for me. And for this, I go with God. But I always will go with God. You understand? For me, it's not possible not to go with God. Even if I want it. It's not possible, folks. I belong to God. And, well, all of you will understand that I'm the one who will belong to God forever. And it's up to you if you want to come in that family. We need a lot of family members, I can say. But who will it be? Will it be you who is listening right now? Or someone who never did hear about the unknown prophet and just did come and will directly understand what I'm talking about? You know, folks, how God did pick his friends. This is also how I will do it. And I know what fit with me. And if I don't know, then God knows. So it's always the right choice. But we need the family to make big, folks. So that when I am with you, that I will tell you the stories from a long time ago and that you will understand. Wow, and now we are together with God. And this boy is telling the stories and we did not go for him in that time because we thought he was nothing of God. And then we talking with each other like we are old friends from a long time ago. But you are new people. But I will talk with you like I'm an old friend. I also saw myself do this to new people talking in an old way. To the new people who will be with God. But this, if you want to listen to that stories in In the time I'm talking about, it is a very new time, but in a very old jacket. Heaven is very old. You need to understand. But it's the most beautiful place ever. But folks, like I did tell you, these are things. It will start to happen when you are with God only. And only the people who are really with God. And I saw myself do this. I was there with a fire and many people around that fire. And we did drink and having a ball, a nice conversation. Very cozy. With everything what we need. And I did talk with a circle of people. We did sit in a circle. And these are the people who will make it. And that are not many. But however, folks, God will choose. You choose nothing. God speak, and you will be still. That's the way you're gonna live with God. God speak, and you listen. And no do not exist. And yes also do not exist. You just stand up and do it. That's it. And this will be nice things, folks. It depends what God wants from you. Maybe He will send you into another world. Or you will be reborn or whatever. You know. God can do everything. And God will send you or He will keep you with Him. You understand? But if you are sent to something else you need to do, you are never without God. You always will be with God. He always will help you and yeah. That's the same thing He do with me here. And that's a good feeling that I'm not standing alone. But here in this world, folks, I must be alone. Or else you will drive me crazy, folks. And then I will go to the other side. But I am not that stupid. That's why I'm all alone. I'm only with God. I only listen to God. That's the only thing I ever will do. This is my life now. This was my life a long time ago. And this will be my life next to God. And where God will send me. Because I think there are more things to do. It's not only you people. There is a lot more problems. It always will stay in problems. But we will be there to do this for our Father. Without asking really nothing. No, no, and no, yes. You just go. Whatever this will be. And I also will ask God nothing. And here in this world, I only ask my Father God for love. If I don't get it, I don't work. Yeah, God, no. I told my Father many times, if you don't give me the love I need, I will not work for you, Father. And sometimes I did say to God, I forgot I don't love you anymore. And you know what God did tell me? He told me, you may not lie. And I told my Father God, you know me very well, right? You are really the only person who understands me. So sometimes I did say this to God. You know, for God, I don't love you anymore. And for God, He called me and told me, you may not lie. I wish that many people will be like me, dare to say this to God. But you can't, because you do not know God. So you also do not know how to speak to God. But if I make something like this, God really do understand very well that I'm lying. Because He's the only one I do love. And that's why I say to God, you know, for God, I don't love you anymore. I tease Him a little bit. And God come to me and He tell me, yeah, you may not lie. He know I'm lying because I do love God. This is how good God know me. If I come with this kind of thing, God know that I do lie. And that's the only way I can lie, folks. And this is all about love. God know I love Him very well. And I can say to God that I don't love Him. But He know better. But in that way, I'm lying to God. You know? Yeah, sometimes I tease God. I like it. And also God like it, you know. You need to understand to how to do it, and well, it's easy. If you did give all the love to God, and you always will be with God, and this is what you did promise, then you can say later, Father God, I don't love you anymore. And God will understand that you are a liar. Because God knows very well, I did make that promise. And the people of God who did make promises, they keep them forever, folks. And that's why I can say this to my Father God. It's only to teach. And sometimes I teach God. But for real, folks, I told my Father God for real, and I mean it. If I cannot get the love of God, then I will not work. The payment must be love. That's what I want. And then I do not teach God. I also told my Father God, Father God, if I find dirty people in your beautiful heaven, then you can count me out. I mean it, folks. This is the way God can lose me. The only way I can lose God is that I know there is a possible way that God can die. Really disappear, and it's possible, folks. This is possible. And I told my Father God, then also I'm gonna die. And it doesn't matter on that moment what God wants from me, that I will play for God or something. That will not happen. That will not happen. I never will take it over, folks. I told my Father God already, if you go, I go. Where you go, I go. And it doesn't matter whatever will happen. This is in me, and this is what stays. You know. And also when I see dirty people in heaven, I go, folks. I really go. God can count me out. Then I will go to a place where the people not are. And only nice people. Because there are many nice ways. Not only heaven. There are more very nice places. I saw them, folks. They are like heaven. But it is not next to God. It's far away from God, but it's also very, very beautiful and nice. And there are many of that kind of places around the real place called heaven. And when you really walk with God, you will start to understand what there is more, because God will show you. There is a lot more you people do not know. Lots of planets you people never saw and never will see, because you cannot go that far. And God do live in the bottomless pit, like we all do live in the bottomless pit, folks, because the bottomless pit is into the air. And we are all in it. This is a thing what never stops. You never will find the end of the heavens, folks. It is so big. And that's why we are all in the bottomless pit. But I also told you many times that the bottomless pit is where we live. It's in the air and nowhere else. This is, I saw, is the bottomless pit. Also God do live there. The bottomless pit. People think the bottomless pit is somewhere in the floor, in America or something. But folks, I can tell you, if the bottomless pit in the middle of America, and this is where it starts, this is the beginning, and you will understand there will come no end. So the no end is in the air and nowhere else, because it will go through earth. And then where it goes. That's the bottomless pit. You will fall forever. And it never stops, because there will come no end. That's why it's called the bottomless pit. There is no end. So when you fall into the bottomless pit, you will fall forever. Forever, folks. You will not stop falling. But I will see, folks, what will become of you. I'm just watching. And I try to be as honest as possible to tell you precisely the truth I did get really from God. So when I saw this with these Chinese people, I told you already, more things to come, because it cannot be better. And this what I told you is happening right now while I'm speaking. And you can never deny it, because I come with the result. I come with the real truth. And you can see it with your own eyes. And you will understand, wow. But you will not understand that I did get this from God. And I never did ask the man nothing. I did not know that he even exists. I become so close with God. I never did dare to think like that. But it did happen. And it was not my choice. It was the choice God did make. And I did take. I love God, folks. And be with me. For if you will be against me, you will be against God.